Hey guys, so I'm back with another video. The first day of summer was this past Thursday, and that got me thinking what better time than now to share some of my selfless tanning tips with you all. Naturally, I am pretty fair. I can get some color if I lay out for an extended period of time, or in high school I did a lot of tanning beds, but as I've gotten older and, you know, skincare and things like that and just aging in general has been more prevalent on my mind, I just don't want to risk the sun damage. And so that kind of begun my search for the perfect selfless tanner. And the one I'll be using in this video is actually the Saint Tropez tanning mousse in the color dark. They also have a classic formula and an extra dark. But the reason why I like this one so much is it goes on more olive tone than orange, and I think it just leaves you looking, you know, with a really natural tan. So if you want to find out how I apply this product and get this kind of sun-kissed glowy look, then just keep on watching. Alright, to start you're just going to want to shave your legs. This is super self-explanatory, so I don't have to give you a lot of detail, but here's just a clip of me doing so. After this, you're going to want to exfoliate. I know some people use sugar to exfoliate. I just have this super cheap St. Ives scrub that I got at Target for like $3 with a coupon. Exfoliating is super important along with shaving, just because it really helps prep and prime your skin, and it'll make your self-tan go on a whole lot smoother, as well as fade a whole lot less blotchy. The next step I do is I just take any like unfragranced lotion. This one's just by Vaseline. And I will go in and I'll really focus on areas where the self-tan will gather. Mainly your elbows, your knees, your knuckles, as well as your feet and your ankles. You'll want to do this preferably about 6 hours in advance and let everything really soak in. Okay, now that you are as smooth as a baby's bottom, it's time to self-tan. So the one I'm using today, I showed it briefly, was the Saint Tropez self-tanner in the color dark. Now I'm just going to take 2 pumps and start working that into my legs in an upward and circular motion. I really do wish that I had had some disposable gloves to put on under my mitt, because it helps prevent the product from seeping through and staining your hands, but regardless, the mitt works really well, and I highly suggest picking one up for $6. It's certainly worth the investment. You can also rewash these mitts. I just kind of wring it out in the sink and lay it flat to dry, but that way you can get a couple uses out of them. I'm just going to continue working the product all the way up my thigh and then repeat on the other leg. I use a little step stool just to help me out. You can also just use the side of your bathtub. And whenever I do this, I tend to start around my ankles and work myself up, doing my stomach, and then now you'll see me doing my arms. If you have someone to help you out with your back, that'll definitely be of a lot of assistance. Otherwise, you'll find yourself doing some crazy contortions, but it can be done. And here you'll see me giving it my best shot to reach my back. I just kind of switch my mitt back and forth between both hands until I've covered my entire back. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit more of that lotion and mix it in a bowl with our self-tanning mousse. I find that this just kind of helps dilute the formula a little bit, and it really helps prevent product buildup in your knuckles and around your ankles. So I just mix that together with a e.l.f. brush that I got at Target for $3. It's just an old brush that I didn't care too much about. And once that's all mixed, I will apply it to my feet, really just kind of buffing it in around the ankles. And then just repeat the process on my hands, kind of starting at my wrist and moving down. I was told to pretend that you're holding an apple, and that really helps you just kind of get the sides of your fingers and in between your knuckles. Next, I'm just going to take any leftover product and hit the spots that I think may need a little bit more attention. I'm going to go back over my elbows and whatnot. I wouldn't stress too much about anything looking streaky, because when you shower, it really does kind of correct itself and all that streakiness just washes away. Okay, so it is 9:24. I'm going to go allow this to develop for 4 to 8 hours, and then I'll check back in with y'all. Alright, so some time has passed. Don't mind my messy bed back there. I had to lay on top of the blanket the whole time because I don't want to stain my actual covers, and that's another tip. If you are doing this, sleep on some sheets you don't care about, and then also sleep in a oversized shirt and nothing that you're gonna get too hot or sweat in, because if you get wet, it will streak. I did notice I have a giant streak here. I didn't get wet or anything. I think it was just, you know, user error. I just didn't blend it in well enough, but we'll see how it washes off. And if it is a little bit messed up, oops, sorry about my phone. If it is a little messed up, I'll just touch it up tomorrow. And then quickly, I wanted to show you my feet. My legs and feet all turned out pretty good. You can see how it's like a lot lighter. I prefer it to be more of a gradient like that. Same with my hands. Otherwise, it just looks too blotchy. But I'm gonna go wash this off and then I will get ready. The next day, I've since showered twice because I've been in the gym twice. But you can still see I got some pretty good color for having only left it on for 6 hours. In a perfect world, I would have left it on for the full 8 to 10. And typically I develop a much deeper tan. But this is perfect for every day, and you can see like I don't have any kind of marks on my hands, like no buildup. Also that streak that we were kind of worried about, like it's definitely there, but it's not as noticeable as I would have thought. So it just goes to show that the formula is more foolproof than you would probably give it credit for. And then I'll just kind of pan you down over here to show you my legs. I wish I had a better way of doing this, but okay, again, I wish I had a better way of showing you this, but you can see I got some pretty good color on my legs especially. As you shave and whatnot, the tan will come off, but if you moisturize daily, that'll actually help extend the life of your tan. I'm trying to think of any other tips. Basically just don't overshave and keep your legs really moist, and then it'll come off in a way that isn't super blotchy. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed this video. While I was wrapping up, a few other things came to mind. First being that if you're going in a pool, just be aware that it will eat away at your tan faster. It still fades pretty naturally, but it'll fade, I mean, it's several colors lighter as soon as you go in the pool. Other than that, anything with alcohol in it, so your perfumes and whatnot, be sure to spray those in your hair or on your clothes as opposed to your skin. Because the alcohol in it will actually eat away at your tan and leave little dots, and just strip away the color. So those are just some things to keep in mind. But if you have any other questions pop up, be sure to leave them down below. I'm happy to answer anything for you if I have an answer. Other than that, be sure to hit the subscribe button while you're down there. We really appreciate it. We being me and Riley, right on cue. But yeah, be sure to hit the subscribe button to see what else we get up to, and I hope you have a good one. Bye!